Welcome to a Murder Musician special episode. Try something new while I'm doing this monologue. I'm gonna try to make it smooth, try to make it flow with the background instrumentals going. Shout out to Medusa KB on Facebook for the ill beat. It's playing in the background. Gotta give credit where credit's due, right? So, let me start this shit off right. Basically, just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been making a difference today in FX2 Studios. It's been a quite hectic week. We had planned initially to have 3 featured artists on the podcast, and that quickly evolved into becoming 5, one of which we were able to complete, edit, publish, promo, put out. That was Nevelo, Northern Cali rapper, producer phenomenon. Really gave me a different perspective on how talented these artists are that step into the booth and so-called unquote quote unquote spit lyrics out. It's not what they're doing. Obviously they're using their ability to use articulation and melody and tempo and use a rhyme scheme that's going to be overwhelmingly melodic and memorable so that they can continue their flow. It's as simple as that, but it's difficult as that as well. What we have coming up in the future is a really, really talented artist, and he's from Texas, United States. He goes by JPK, and we're gonna have him on the show, I believe this Sunday. No, Monday, my mistake. And it's gonna be dope because you're gonna get to hear true Q&A after every song that we play. So I'll be playing a song, and what I'm gonna do in addition is give my own personal perspective and assumption as to what the lyrical content means, maybe what the process was behind writing it. I'm gonna shoot for the fences and see what happens, but I have a real feeling that it could all blow up in my face and I could look real stupid. So far there's only 3 songs, so that's 3 attempts, so I at least have to get 2 out of 3, close to being correct, I think. Otherwise I'm gonna look like a fool and I don't know shit about music, especially the lyrical content, and that's supposed to be like a strong suit of mine. Doing these narrations and podcasts and writing blogs and podcast content, and other forms of content creation. Let's just say it's very, 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 very tedious. So, this is also not just a way for me to bitch on a podcast about being overwhelmed recently, but it's cathartic in that sense, but also it is somewhat of an olive branch being extended out there to anybody who has experience and talent, and fuck experience, even if you have talent and you have the ambition to prove yourself to FX2 Studios, boys and girls, please don't hesitate to reach out. There's positions here for everyone. That's what's really dope about having like a legit IRS EIN numbered fucking corporation and shit. It allows you to do things a little differently than maybe your predecessors have. And I think that being in this particular digital music industry, which is constantly changing with the advent of AI and the aftermath that we don't even know about, let alone the abundance of technological musical equipment that with Amazon are at our fingertips, we can have the next day as long as we have the funds. So that has resulted in a statistic you've heard me say a million times over. There are, or were last year, 800,000 music producers in the United States alone. You can project that as 4 million worldwide. You know, and a lot of them are a lot more talented than definitely I am, but you know, the majority of the people are, and that's fine. But you know, why live in a bubble? Why not join a Murder of Musicians collective? It's real simple, you know. This is the whole like paid programming aspect of it, where it's like I'm trying to get you guys to just subscribe to the fx2studios.com webpage. It says membership. You just subscribe with your email, and you can get an email back for confirmation like you do any other subscription, and then that's that. And it just boosts our SEO number, and it helps all the musicians that are part of the collective, and one day probably will be you. So let's get those numbers up now, right? Also, while I'm on this stupid tangent, let me just say, you know, go to YouTube at AMOMPOD, a Murder of Musicians pod. So AMOM pod, a mom pod. And a mom pod is basically, you know, at its infancy, like everything else in this company. So, you know, I'm getting all like excited and shit because we're about to hit 100 subscribers, which I'm sure everybody that's listening out here has like so many more than 100 subscribers. And I sound like a little boy, but I am deep down inside. So I'm really excited, and if you guys help me get over 100 followers, then I'm gonna be really, really excited, and I might do something special. Like, I don't know, a giveaway of some sort. Like, how would you like some content creation or like promotion for free? That'd be pretty dope, right? Yeah, definitely. So, you know, this has been like a pretty cool experience for a number of reasons. One, you know, I'm in a zone right now where, you know, I'm kind of like on the wavelengths of everyone out there. If you're allowing me to kind of flow with you, you know, be vulnerable enough to let the vibrations just rest and then come back into existence with each breath. That's what synchronicity is. And that's what I love about doing this, especially the podcast, because it's a way of tying people together, even in the vastness of consciousness where time doesn't exist. You know, not even a year into the show, and are racking up numbers more and more from the earlier podcasts, and I understand how it's stepping stone progress that you make, and eventually, if you're dedicated enough to continuously put out decent content, standard content for where you're at, a murder of musicians will never sound like this in the future. Maybe nostalgically or from a clip from the past, it's going to be, so much different, vastly different, but that'll come in time. And fortunately enough, this chapter in my life really has been an awakening of the importance of patience. And everybody may take that simplistic view as the definition of patience and can claim that they share the way of the word and live life compassionately and passionately and patiently. And that's the key. If you're patient, things start to fall into place when they're supposed to, and that fabrication of time really starts to disintegrate. It starts to get more and more like instantaneous alignment of stars and planets and all the wavelengths and metaphysical jargon that is out there today is working in your favor, and you're on this path that you cannot be skewed or strayed away from. You're definitely facing due north, and it's nothing stopping you from achieving your goal. And that's what's so beautiful about being in the zone, So I hope that, maybe this podcast helped to calm some people down. Maybe your life was a little stressful. Had a bad day at work. Bad interaction with a family member, spouse, whatever, So this is just like me giving back. Just paying it forward, because I'm in a place where I'm feeling calm and zen and in the zone. And there's nothing in the world I would want more than for you then to feel exactly how I do. Because it's beautiful. And those of you who have reached that know exactly what I'm speaking of. So peace, brothers, This has been really cool. I would like to know if you guys are digging this. Kind of like relaxing 10 minutes or so of like just nothingness. If it's meditating, if it's helping, it's making you feel good, like let me know. Email, text, comment, whatever. Just hope that everybody out there has a real loving, caring, kind interaction with everyone you meet tomorrow. Everything that you're doing today remains the same. Don't forget to breathe and pause during times of stress. And that's all you really need to know. It's the secrets of the universe from FX2.